Right now, Eyewitness Sports.
Good evening, I'm Brennan Miller with Eyewitness Sports. This season was a historic one for the Herkimer men's basketball program, reaching the Junior College Division III National Championship game, which just so happened to be at their home court before falling to Dallas Northlake in that title game. The Generals wouldn't have been able to get to their silver medal finish or a final overall record of 29-3 without two of their superstars, though, who were recognized by the NJCAA yesterday as All-Americans. Sophomore Nick Boyce named to the third team, while freshman Oladele Oladitan was honored as a top 5 player in the country, a first-team All-American. And I got the chance to talk to him earlier today about how he got to this point and what it means for him as he continues his basketball career.
It means a lot, from working hard, from not having nothing, from prep, no offers, high school senior year to All-American. It's just like, wow. Hard work really does pay off. As long as you stay consistent and stay with it, keep your faith in God, he's going to give it to you. My heart, my will, and just confidence and understand that at any court that I step on, I'm the best player on that court. No matter who's against me, who's with me, I'm the best player on that court. Herkimer has opened up so many doors that I didn't even know that could be opened or will be opened at a certain point in my career. A couple D1s and NIAs, and yeah, that's pretty much it. To go to the league, that's the goal, and then the only goal at that.
Oladitan, who led the Generals in outright points and rebounds this year, was the only freshman to be named a first-team All-American, and the pair of him and Boyce were just the second teammates in Herkimer history to be named All-Americans in the same year, and the 16th and 17th overall for the Generals. A big day for baseball and softball in the Mohawk Valley as well, despite just a little bit of wet weather, starting with the Utica Pioneers and SUNY Poly Wildcats seeing one another in a baseball head-to-head at Utica University. Utica coming off a 3-game set against Alfred, where they swept the Saxons 9-3, 28-0, and 16-0, while Poly, despite starting the season 5-1, came in cold. Losses in 9 of their last 10 games, both below 500 on the season, but without a long trip for the Wildcats, got out to a hot start. 3 runs in the second inning that knocked out Utica starter Aiden McHugh. Another 2 in the 5th, and the final from this one, an earlier start today, 9-5. The Pioneers did come back, just 1 run away from tying it in the 7th inning, but Poly adds on in the 8th and 9th, and they win this one 9-5 to end that losing streak. In the high school ranks, baseball and softball doubleheaders just all over the place, starting with New York Mills and Hamilton. Both of these at Hamilton, the season opener for Mills teams on both sides. Well, Hamilton baseball came in with an 0-1 record. The softball side was even at 1-1 early on in the year, but both of them pick up wins. A sweep for the Emerald Knights, 8-7 in walk-off fashion. A really good Class D win there for the baseball side, the boys by 1 run. And then for softball, they just kind of dominated on their way to a 15-run victory, 16-1. The final score in that one as the Emerald Knights win both. Then out at West Canada, Westmoreland visiting a pair of Nighthawk squads that have had really good starts to their seasons. Baseball 2-0 and softball with a win in their only game, but the same could be said for the Bulldogs as well, unbeaten. Combined 3-0 with the boys holding a single win, the girls with a pair of W's, but again, it's a sweep for the home side. The baseball side, 12-6, the final scores. The Nighthawks get their third win of the season. And then on the softball side, it's the second win for the Nighthawks, 11-6, the final score there. So 2 straight sweeps. And finally, we go to our third set of the doubleheader. The game that we were at, Cooperstown visiting Sequoia in a Center State Conference battle. The Redhawks on the baseball side, 0-1 after dropping a close one against those Nighthawks we mentioned earlier just yesterday. They opened up Cooperstown's season in what was a pitcher's duel. Goes to extra innings, and even then only a combined 3 runs as Sequoia starter Mason Farrell goes 8 2/3 innings before being pulled, and Cooperstown starter Kalen Dempsey goes 7 full. 8 and 9 strikeouts for them respectively before the Hawkeyes took the lead in the top of the 8th, only for the Redhawks to answer that in the bottom of the inning. Cooperstown scoring again in the 9th to lock up the win. So talk about a long first appearance right out of the gate. Cooperstown wins it in extras, 2-1 with reliever Aaron Katz getting the win. 5 Ks for him in just 2 innings coming out of the pen to close things down for the visitors. 3 runs, all of them scored in extra innings. On the softball side, a pair of squads at 1-1 on the year, both coming off of losses yesterday, though, with Secoit falling to West Canada 11-2 and Cooperstown falling to Notre Dame 7-0. A little more action on the offensive side of things in this one. After a combined 2 runs last night, these two teams combined for 15 on 21 hits tonight. Some nice plays made defensively as well. As far as the final result goes, Cooperstown is the team to bounce back. An 11-4 victory on the backs of Kaylee Butler and Tori France, who each had 3 hits. 6 of 9 starters with crooked numbers in the hit column in Coop's second win of the season. That's all for Eyewitness Sports. There's more Eyewitness news and the trending stories from around the nation coming up right after the break.